Well, hello there. Welcome back to the channel. We are continuing with our RAILGRADE playthrough. We just finished up Region 16 Bonus A, and we're now continuing with No Distance Too Far. This should be a little bit longer mission, up to 1 hour for S rank, so we better get going. Interesting, so a little bit of a different idea it looks like here, raking the coals. 1024 coal. Due to adverse wind conditions, the Zeppelin dock are far from the coal mines. Exporting require massive coal volumes will This is hard. Exporting the required massive coal volumes will require extra cash flow the low profit of coal cannot provide. Instead, consider operating the more profitable Signworks chain to generate cash. What is this Signworks chain? Okay. So how does this work? We have an incinerator here, we have a coal gasifier here, which produces reactives. Wow. Almost wish I had a flow chart for this. So neon refinery there, a glass smelter here, which takes silica and energy to produce glass. And the Signworks is pretty good as well, and that actually pays really well. Okay. So we want to get glass and neon gas to do signage. And how much do we need? We need one every 32 seconds. We just need that the neon gas needs to go one every 16 seconds. So that one can supply both of these without issue. Right? Because it's 2 additive every 16 seconds. So that's actually 1 every 8 seconds. So these can even use heavy tools if it was an option, but that doesn't look like it is. Okay. So that's cool. That means that that one is everything that we need. We don't need more than that from over here. So what we need to start with then is to get these guys going. And that need power and coal. So we're gonna start with the coal right here. I think we're gonna fail with a few thousand. Or a few hundred at most. 11 seconds, 10 seconds. Yeah, this sucks. Damn. So close. Okay, we're gonna have to give it another try then. Yeah, that's 185 and we just passed the 1 hour mark, so let's go again. Okay, so last attempt, we kind of failed a little bit in the beginning. We kind of ran out of money without being able to produce anything, like, consistently. So I think what we need to do this time is to make sure that we can actually do that. So I'm gonna start from this direction this time. Because if we can't even provide this, then we're already in trouble, so to say. So I'm gonna start by making sure that we can actually get everything over here. And just by the most basic means possible is what we're gonna try to do here. You guys should also have workers. Same thing to you. And what do you need? You need this stuff, and that's only one of these that are needed. So 1 silica right there. Goes straight to here. Couple of those, couple of those. And then we're gonna have... This is unfortunate. So we should have had you go this way. There. Luckily we can rebuild this, so yeah. We're gonna set this up then, and I think it should be pretty good. It's gonna be more or less the same setup as last time. I'm just gonna be more careful with the fact that we need to actually be able to supply everything in the beginning of the game here. Once we have that up and running, I don't think this is going to be an issue at all. I think we will be just fine, to be honest. I think we will be just fine from there on. We will have to use this guy still for power, I guess. So if we go coal mine, 2 of them right there eventually. Not right now. We are going to use No, this one. So like that. That's enough for him to start working, and then we can have you go around like this. And same thing here, we're gonna have you do that. Get one of these to go around, pick up all of this stuff here. I did do a loop here before. I wonder if that's actually necessary or if I should. That's definitely an option. And then we can have you go right down here. I think that might be a better solution. Yeah, let's do that. Then we have 2 of those that delivers here. I've already done the math, so 2 of these are producing 1 every 8 seconds. These guys need 2 every 8 seconds as well. So the math is fairly easy on this. Math here is quite easy. And let's see, we'll do one of you. We're already out of the money. Damn it. So that's not gonna work. How far along are we now? We have money for you to go this route. So we have power, we have coal. We got what we need for these, right? Except for power here. Which we can take, just honestly do that. That works. And we could just do this as well. That would get rid of this, save us a little bit of money. And we don't need 2 of you guys to begin with either. That'll be fine. Maybe even get 1 of these to do all of this. What if I do that? What if 1 of you guys runs this whole show? Then we have $1,000 left, which means we should be able to have you start producing here. Like that. Yeah, and then we have 700 to get going with the rest. 500. I think that's it. I think that's everything we need. We are getting glass and neon from here. That can be delivered up to there. We already have the stations set up. These guys are getting power from over here. And neon is getting neon from over here as well. And these guys are getting power and coal. Yeah, I think we're set up. Okay. Then let's go. We're gonna use boiler engines. I found a good use for them. We are almost exclusively using boiler engines nowadays. And it's working out really well. It's actually working out really well. Especially for these like shorter routes. It's not true for all routes, but for these shorter ones, it's actually worth it. It's actually worth it. Pretty good. So that's you. We're gonna have another one right here. Especially in the early game, boiler engines is so cheap to get just like a production run like this up and running. And then you can use that money to start upgrading engines as well. Which works pretty well, if you ask me. So here we go. Which means that we should be able to get this guy up and running here soon. Last time around I had to borrow a lot of money. I'm gonna try to avoid that this time around, and instead we are going to do this more incremental the way we're doing it now. And I think that's gonna be pretty good. We have a lot of these that costs money, unfortunately, at the moment. So once we have enough for the setup to start working, I think it's gonna be good. So 280, 310, and then one more, right? There you go. That means that this guy is now running. Very good. That means that these are going to start produce. What we could do is we could put extra on the back of this. I don't think we need it right now, so the waste we are just going to burn instantly in the incinerator once it becomes an issue. For now, that's not really an issue there. Yeah, it's good to see that the power is starting to make us some money. We can now use a boiler engine right here to get the reactives that these guys are producing out. We're also gonna have to put the boiler engine onto here to get all of the incinerator and the waste out of here, because that's going to start building up as well. And now that we have enough money, we're gonna start producing this glass as well. So I just put the first quarry building up and running. These guys will start producing fairly soon, so glass is the next thing we need, which means that we need some power as well. And we actually need this guy first and foremost to start getting rid of some of these extras that we have right here. So right there, he will be able to sell off the waste. Or not really sell off, we're not getting any money for it. It's just money spent for us, mostly. And then we're gonna have you go with energy, and you're gonna go with 4 of them. If we wanted to, we could take a loan here. That's an option. We could be taking a loan on this, and then have the energy come from the steam vents here. We are going to set that up eventually, so we don't have to import energy from the coal power plant, but that's 4,000. I would like to be able to supply that anyway. I would like to be able to supply that in another way. There we go. We'll deliver power to this guy. That means that we will be starting to produce neon gas, which we have right here. So we're gonna get a couple of those on there. I don't think we need more than 2. Because he's not producing like a massive amount. Literally 1 gas every 16 seconds. And now we are also starting to see some glass come in. Again, we don't need a lot of trains moving this stuff. Just need the basics taken care of. So he will pick up the glass right there. And he will bring it to this guy so we can start producing signage for first time in I think a better time span than what we had last time around. Last time I feel like I spent a lot of time just kind of waiting. Especially in the beginning, because I ran out of money before I had the whole production chain up and running. That's about that. Now we should be seeing signage coming out. Yes. So let's get a boiler engine and 2 of those signage wagons. That's 1 more than what we need, but I want to make sure that we can actually get it out of there fast enough. And it seems like this is going to be the way to do that. So we do need more power here. These guys are producing as much as they can as well, so it's time to start upgrading all of these. And part of that is to get this out way faster, which means that we need to upgrade this one first and foremost to get the coal out. So a little bit of money, and then we're gonna put a faster engine on this. There we go, that's a faster option for him. We're also gonna expand this station, so he will be loading a lot faster. And also unloading, of course. Okay, definitely are going to need a little bit more than this, so let's do you there. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's get rid of you. Let's expand this. And probably get you up to 6. Yeah, let's get rid of all of this. Let's put you on there with 6 tiles coal. And that should give us enough that he can start producing a bit faster. 544. Come on, peeps. Get to work. Okay, continuing to upgrade these one after another. I'm just trying to make as much money as possible, really, and that's kind of all there is. We're still struggling with the glass here. That's our main issue, and that's just because of the power. So once we get the power up and running, I think we should be good to go. So we need 4 grand. I'm actually gonna take out 2 grand loan once we get to 2 grand, so I can get that steam engine up and running. And then this power machine, I am just going to move to another one right here. And he's gonna supply himself, more or less. I think that's gonna be pretty good. So, could I have you turn around, please? Okay. And then have you go that way instead. There we go. And then he is just going to pick up from that. So we're not gonna need as many of these. Maybe 3 is enough. We can also get rid of that. And we can get rid of this. And now we have kind of the basic setup done for the production here. The only thing we need to do now is to expand over to this guy, because this will be oversaturated with both of these running. We won't actually need all of them. But yeah, I'm gonna expand these to be 3 of each. And then this guy is producing 16. 1 every 16 seconds, and this guy needs 1 every 16 seconds. So that's kind of a perfect ratio as well. Not an issue at all. Not an issue at all. So you are now running with all of these. So next up, he is going to be upgraded to the absolute fastest train that we have available. And we're also going to expand this to take 6 trains. And same thing with this guy is going to be expanded, so he takes way more slots as well. That's as many as we need. And now you are kind of speeding along the way you're supposed to. And how is this looking? It kind of looks like the power is still struggling a little bit. And that's actually because these guys are running out, so we need one more of the power. Not 1 more of the power, but 1 more of the coal mines. 2 more, even 4, I think is enough. So 2 every 8 seconds. These are producing 16 seconds, so 1 every 16 seconds. That means that we need 4 of them to be able to saturate the power plant here. And that should be pretty good. I do believe that should be pretty good. So if we go industry, we'll go coal mine. And then we'll bonk you down right there, and we'll bonk you down right here eventually. That should be all of the coal that we need for this. Okay, so now we have all of the coal that we need. So this guy should be able to just keep up with all of this now. Yes, very good. And then these guys are going to continuously be producing at 100%, and he will be able to bring everything up and down. No, you are still a boiler engine, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Actually gonna need this guy to be able to keep up with this. And we're also gonna have to upgrade this guy eventually to be level 2, so we have a bigger storage for it. And at that point we're gonna add 1 or 2 more wagons to this guy. That should be everything that this needs, I do believe. I do believe that should be everything that he needs. But yeah, that's the power that we need. These are looking mighty fine. We're not building up any on the incinerator either, because it should be a 1-to-1 ratio with 32, 2 every 32, so 1 every 16 seconds. And these guys are producing 1 every 16 seconds as well. So eventually I'll realize that my math is off and we actually need 1 more. But that's eventually. Yeah, no, we're gonna do that. We're gonna get 1 more of these on here, so that we are set up. And I don't think we need 2 of these, but we might as well bring that. This guy is looking good, so what we could do is we could have you start sending your things over here. Like that, and you should have maybe 1 there, 1 there, that guy. I'm gonna go with this. I think that's fine. I don't think we need to skimp out too much on that. And then you are also going to go this way. one of those, and one of those, and we're gonna have you, that guy, couple of neon gas. He will eventually start producing more. You're looking fine. This guy should go up here. Boom, boom. You go there. And that should be everything of the basic production that we need, I think. So next up, we need to upgrade this guy, add a few more to him. And that should get these to have 100% uptime, like, all the time. Which should be what we're looking to get. So let's upgrade you. Let's add one more to each of these ends, and let's take you to get one more onto you as well. That's all of the power that we need. These two are probably not gonna keep up now. No, they don't. So you're gonna need 4, 6 probably. Do the same over here. And that train is going to have to be one of the faster ones. Yeah, because this is a boiler engine, that's not gonna work. More engine upgrades needed. So that's that. How is this looking? You are close to having a full uptime now, that's good to see. And this guy is running constantly as well. You have a full uptime, and this guy has a full uptime. So next up, we actually need to start producing coal for everyone. And there's a few ways that you can do this. I like the brute force way. So we'll just be building coal until we can't anymore. And then we'll look to optimize things afterwards. That's not gonna be the main focus here. That's pretty good. And then we're gonna have you guys just kind of turn around and head over this way somehow. This is going to be very, very expensive, but hopefully worth it. It's very expensive to be building high like this, but we will be making so much money off this that it shouldn't really matter what it costs. Price should just be kind of whatever. Because yeah, you can see we're making 2,500 a minute now. And that will just increase. I think last time around we saw a value of closer to 4 grand at the end of the episode, so I expect to see something similar here as well. So right there, you should go up to there. And that should be that for this part of the whole thing. So once we have enough stations on here, we should be good to go to start putting on trains. And I do believe if we look at this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trains, or 8 of these available. So I'm gonna go spark engine. Let's start by 8 maybe. We just need to make a little bit more money, because there is no reason to run trains here that's not spark engines. So we can at least agree on that. So we're gonna wait a little bit for that. We're at 30 minutes, so we're actually earlier than when we started with the previous save, at least, to start producing coal here. So from that aspect, a lot of it is looking a lot better, which is nice. I like that. I do like that. Oh, are we running out of this stuff? We shouldn't be. Should be able to keep up. Maybe this guy is just not fast enough. That might be a thing. We'll see in a little bit. I'm just mostly interested in getting our coal up and running now anyway, so let's do 8 tiles right there. Actually, you should be 12. Just realized. That's the correct number, considering that we have 6 tile stations. That means that he is loading twice to fill up on that. If we're using 8, he's spending the same time loading. It just doesn't yield as much. But yeah, we're gonna continue with this for a little while. And eventually we're gonna expand these trains as well. I'm sure you noticed in the first attempt we were using 24 tile trains, and we're gonna do that this time around as well, so hang tight. Okay, so my work right now is kind of just to keep an eye on the uptime here. So I'm looking at all of these coal mines, and I'm just adding trains until the uptime is showing 100%, which it seems like we are now doing. So we're running 24 tile trains, 24 coal trains, together with 3 spark engines. And 2 of those trains seems to be able to keep up with the coal mines here, which is nice. That seems to be a good situation for now, at least. So what are we gonna do next? Well, we're gonna continue with expanding this stuff. So I'm gonna go bang, I'm gonna go bang, 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 and then we're gonna have one right here as well. And we're gonna see if we can get even more up and running here. So we're just gonna expand and expand and expand and expand, and eventually we should be able to have enough coal available that by the time we hit 25 minutes, we should have enough coal to have 1024 boost. That's the plan. Not that different from my last attempt. It's kinda just more of the same, but with a little bit better execution. I found that a lot of this game is just making sure that the execution is good enough. Once you get that, you're kinda good to go. Not really that big of an issue. So yeah, that's the plan. That's where we are heading. And I'm just gonna add a bunch of coal here till we are done with it. And you can see we're already up to about 4,000 of income here, so money should be flowing in as we continue expanding and building up more and more iron as well. Even though it's not iron, it's actually coal, so yeah, should be all good. Should be all good. We'll have one more right here, and then I want to build one row here as well. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so our second loop is here and done as well. It's a little bit cheaper because we managed to place it on the ground here, so a lot of the loop is going on the ground. And then it heads up over here. It picks up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these. Probably, not fully. No, it's actually just 7. Wow, we only did 6 of these? That seems off. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I think 1 or 2 of these trains are probably going to be enough then, without too much issue. I'm just gonna get one of these on here, get 8 tiles, and then do another one here shortly, just so we can start getting this out. Having these guys just sitting around doing nothing, that's nothing for us, right? So if we can get them working as soon as possible, that will probably help out. We're at 228 coal at the moment, and we're at 20 minutes, so not a great result, but I think it's better than what we saw in the last attempt at least, so I should be fine, I hope. And we're gonna do the same setup here. I'm gonna add to these as we continue until the point where I see that we have uptime for these. That's at 100% all the time. 19 minutes left and we are at 276. How's this looking? I think we're actually doing pretty well. Uptime is looking surprisingly good. Can we get enough for you to... Yes, we can. We can do this. We can go 24. Bang. And that means that you should actually be filling up pretty well here. And you will also stop to fill up on this guy. To get to last a little bit. Hell yeah. I think we have a decent setup now then. We're halfway through the mission and we have 15 minutes left to go. I am currently running, I think 5 trains, if I'm not mistaken. We are emptying the majority of all this. Yes. And I do believe that what we could do to speed this up a little bit is to have... Actually, this guy's still not doing very well. We could have another spark engine on these, just to speed that up a little bit. 80 coal per minute. I think we've done it. I think we're just gonna let this run for a little bit, and in a few minutes we should be able to reach the 1024. And as expected, we're already at the 10-minute mark, and the notice for the task completion has showed up already. So yeah, it's funny how you just with a little bit of kind of fine-tuning. This setup is almost identical to how we had it before. We have a little bit more coal here. I think we would have been fine even without that. More importantly, the reason we can have this coal is because we had so much more money at the very beginning of the game compared to how we did it before. So yeah, a lot of the success in this game seems to come from execution instead of kind of strategy by itself. I keep putting money into the bank here. I don't know why. We're at 12,000 now, but you know, we're making 370 extra bucks every month or every minute, so not too shabby, not too shabby. But yeah, it's actually looking pretty good. It's actually looking pretty good. The issue with not being able to deliver for a while that we had in the last episode with the power doesn't look like that's an issue here, at least. So I think that was something specific for that, maybe. Another 88, and then we should be done with this. And I think this is going to be it. So we have 2 trains coming in now. 24 plus 24 should mean that we are delivering everything in one go. So success. 7 minutes left to go as well. Okay, cool story, cool story. So yeah, I think the game kind of taught me here that a lot of what you need to do is in your execution. You can't just do everything in the planning zone anymore. You kind of have to build up, like I started with like the basic stuff with power and coal, and then we continued up to the reactives and getting that up and running. And then that kind of pushed us over to getting the neon gas, and at that point we also started up the glass, and we kind of roll all the money forward all the time. And then eventually we got all the way up to be able to produce the signage. And the sign stuff is the key thing. Once you get the signs up and running, you're kind of making passive money all the time. Up until then, you need to invest until you have gotten there. If you are investing in the wrong things, eventually you're just going to find yourself in a situation where you're kind of just having trains running with either full cargo or empty cargo everywhere. And they're not delivering anywhere, so you're not making any money either. So yeah, a lot of it seems to be just how you are executing things, which is really nice. And this actually looks completely stupid, but it works. So it's not stupid. And I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, then I would really like a like on this video. We've seen a lot of new subscribers recently, which is really nice. I appreciate you all. Of course, we're coming dangerously close to that 500 subscriber mark at the moment. And yeah, I just want to say thank you so very much to everyone, and I'll see you all in the next video.